Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Book Brood and welcome back to My Category Journey. We've got another great installment for you today. In this video, we're on book number 13 and we are going to do our first from the Intrigue line. And this is going to be by the Cozy Queen herself, Julianne Lindsay, and it's Kentucky Crime Ring. This is the third in the Heartland Heroes series, and this is about the Winchester brothers who are law enforcement or private detectives in their own right. There is a cousin that is a paramedic, though unfortunately his book did not get picked up. We'll just keep our fingers crossed that maybe that decision gets rethought. I have to say that I'm super excited to get to this one. I've been waiting on doing a book by Julie for just the right circumstance, and this happened to be a new Harlequin release, newish release as well. It's a book club book that we're going to be talking about on November 3rd, 2021 on the Who Picked This Book channel on YouTube, and I'll leave a link down below. Hopefully I see you guys there for that. So let's get into it. Chapter 1, we have Allison. She is a new mom, and she's helping out a neighbor take care of his chickens and things like that. He's getting kind of old, and I think he had surgery, and so she's just doing what she can to help out, the great person she is. Now, this is a very isolated ranch that this gentleman's on, and she goes there, does her thing. Maybe I should stop and backpedal a moment here and explain that the Intrigue line is mysteries, essentially. Mysteries dealing with serious stuff, usually murder and things like that. So some heavier topics in here, and also probably some things I can't be as talkative about. So, might be a little vague. First time I'm doing a vlog on an Intrigue, so we'll just have to see how it goes. All right, so Allison's doing her chores, helping out, but when she goes to talk to her friend and neighbor is a generous term here. This is a very remote area, very rural, no one for miles kind of thing. She finds her neighbor dead and realizes when she's on the phone with 911 that there are voices outside the house. She's here with her baby in a sling at a murder scene where the possible murderers are still there. I'm used to reading Julie's cozies, and the discovery of the body happens early, but not quite in such a dark fashion as this. She goes a little bit more to the darker side on these Intrigue ones. So my heart's racing. I'm having a panic attack because there's a baby involved here. These criminals have absolutely zero decency because they have no regard for the fact that there's a baby here. Heart-pounding moments later, chapter 1 ends in a very cliffhanger-ish circumstance. I will check in after chapter 2, and hopefully I won't be hooked to an EKG machine. All right, everyone, I finished chapter 2, and Julie took some pity on us, and we were able to relax ourselves a little bit. Got quite a few laughs in there as well. I tell you, the thing that Julie is the queen of is dialogue. My goodness, the banter that she writes between these characters, any characters, is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. If you haven't checked out her newest self-published Bonnie and Clyde series, definitely do yourself a favor and check those out. We've read 2 of those in the book club so far, and I will leave the links to the live streams down below. I'll try and put as many of the Julianne Lindsay live streams. We're not officially a Julianne Lindsay book club, but we kind of are. We pretty much are. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to this book here. The Schmitten is up on my desk. She never comes up on my desk. This is the most reclusive of the cats. It's very rare for her to make an appearance in my office. It's even rarer for her to jump up on the desk. All right, so in Allison's getaway, there was a near miss on the highway, or on the rural road. She ended up going off to the side. Thank the powers that be that the person that she almost hit was Derek Winchester. I would have feared for her safety had it not been him. Things were able to kind of calm down once that happened, and Derek was out of the truck and trying to see what was going on. He was a little peeved at first, which, you would be when someone almost hits you on a road where there's 2 cars. But As he started to figure things out, the situation was a lot more serious than just someone texting and driving. As it goes with these Winchesters, when you have several of them being police officers and one of them being the rock star paramedic of the city, your family shows up when things like this happens. We got some good teasing looks and things like that. Well, now Allison has to debrief, give a statement to the police. It turns out that the murder victim is loosely blood related to Derek. I think he's an uncle of some sort, or a great uncle. It hasn't completely spelled it out yet, but they were very close. And so Derek's going to go and see what's going on. His brother Blaze is at the scene. He's the homicide detective for the town. And so Allison and Bonnie, her baby, are going to ride with him to go debrief. One fun thing I'll bring up is Allison was very scared. She didn't know who Derek was when he got out and was trying to help her. She thought he could have been the person chasing her, all that, So good for her. She didn't unlock the door. She got her taser out and was threatening him and doing everything she needed to protect her baby. We got a joke about her not being the only person that's wanted to tase Derek. We'll just see if that's foreshadowing or not. Now it's probably going to get serious again. So we'll brace for that, and I will check in after chapter 3. Good morning, everyone. I finished chapter 3, so we're still at this whole geographic area where the murder happened, where the escape happened, where the car accident happened. And we're actually going back to the murder scene so that Allison can give her statement. She does decide to ride with Derek, but she's not sure what to think of him. She's attracted to him, but she admits herself she likes his family members better. Most fun thing in this chapter is that they all find out that they've actually heard about one another from Mason, who is the murder victim. He uses nicknames for everyone. So Allison has heard all about this family of Winchesters, but she never had actually met them. The Winchesters have heard about Allison, but had never met her. So it kind of breaks the tension a bit, and that's nice. Now, I don't know how much I guess we know that Derek and Allison are going to spend a lot of this book together, so it's not going to hurt for me to tell you that Blaze, the homicide detective, wraps up with Allison, and then it's just like, don't worry, Derek's going to take good care of you. And Derek's just a private investigator. He's not actual law enforcement or anything. But Blaze is making the correct decision here, because, not just because we want Allison and Derek together, in protecting his witness, which was Blaze's book, witness protection dropped the ball like 100 times in that book. So Blaze is correct in assuming, you know what, I'm just going to send you with Derek because, again, in that previous book, there's a scene in a cabin where there's like a brawl with like smoke and everything, and so Derek's definitely worth his salt in, when we've learned that from that. Definitely check out the other 2 books in this series. So that's SVU Surveillance and Protecting His Witness are books 1 and 2. They're very good. Trigger warning for SVU Surveillance. With the title, it has to do with the Special Victims Unit, and so there is a past of assault, and the story, the heroine is the survivor of assault. So trigger warnings there for that. Anyway, back to this book. So now we're going to have Allison and Derek together, even though she's not really sure what to think about him. And I'll just have to tell you how it shapes out in the next chapter. Hello, everyone. I've finished chapter 4. Things are moving along. We get to Allison's house. Derek drives her there. So Allison and Bonnie are at home. Derek makes sure that the premises are safe and everything. But there's some trouble. There's some trouble at the crime scene. Well, trouble is in just an old lame blind dog is causing a ruckus there and needs to be dealt with. And Blaze, still over at the crime scene, needs this dog out of the way. Derek's the only one that can take care of this, apparently. But that's all right. Derek's the only one that can take care of a lot of stuff, so that's why we love him. But for reasons, and I mean, I've had babies before. I understand when they're down for a nap, you don't want to disturb them again. When we're talking killers here and eyewitnesses, that we need to have some priorities. And as well, I know Julianne Lindsay's writing. You don't ever want the heroine to be alone. That's just a no-no. And these these intrigues have a danger element that is not only higher than your average Harlequin, except for maybe romantic suspense. I don't know. I haven't gotten to those yet. We'll get to them soon. But it has a higher danger element than most Julianne Lindsay mysteries in general. We're very nervous right now. I'll just have to stay strong, and we're going to check in after chapter 5. Hello everyone. I finished chapter 6 because I couldn't stop at the end of chapter 5. It's impossible. I'm going to have trauma counseling after this. I know that might make me sound like a bit of a baby, but I don't care. You can't shame me for it. I can say that everything's okay for the moment, because it's still early in the book, and knowing Julie, that's not going to be the end of it. So there was a nice discussion or thoughts about country fried steak, Grandma's old recipe. That was a wonderful section in these last 2 chapters. I can talk about that. So she was going to cook for Derek to try and keep him around. Derek's going to stick around anyway, and if she cooks for him, all she's going to do is make him want to marry her, which is what the end game is here for all of us involved. But I don't think she's quite aware of that, but that's okay. We'll just let her take that journey. That's fine. So I guess maybe trigger warning for anyone that has high blood pressure or any kind of heart condition. You might want to take this book a little easy or just avoid it altogether. A lot of pulse pounding moments. We're okay for now. I'll let you know how it is after chapter 7 or wherever I stop next. Hello everyone. I've finished chapter 8. Allison and Derek have made some progress. Things are calm right now. I guess I should start there. Things are calm-ish, so they're still staying at Allison's house, which I think is strange since such an incident occurred there, and there were like broken doors and things like that. But Derek and his cousin Cruz, who is his partner at the PI firm, were fixing the door, all that stuff. Allison cooked a great meal. But yeah, I assumed they were gonna just have to go to Derek's place, but it's all right. They're roommates anyway. For the time being, of course, this is just temporary, right? Well, we'll see about that. So now we're on our way to the police station so that Allison can see if she can identify these criminals that are coming after her. So I don't know if they're going to do a sketch thing. She talked about looking through mugshots. We're going to the police station. We know in this series that the police station is not always the safest place to be. Fingers crossed again that things are okay, but we have had quite a few chapters, several chapters, 2 now, of things being all right. So it's going to get dangerous again here soon. I'll just go in slow, and we'll make it through, but it might be a little stressful. So I'll check in after another chapter or so. Hello, everyone. I finished chapter 9, and I just want to give some applause to the West Liberty Police Station. You'll only understand this if you've read the other 2 books, but they have just been on a roll. And frankly, at this point, I am impressed with their ability to repeat this kind of event happening in their building. So that's all I can say, but it's more impressive than it is frustrating at this point. But I'm more tickled about it than anything. I'm not upset. Maybe I should be, but I was a little more entertained than I probably should be in that chapter. Anyway, we're okay. People are okay right now. There was a little bit of a shakeup, but Derek was there in time, so we're good. All right. That's about all I can say, because I don't want to give away all the plot points of this book, but I will check in after another chapter or so. Hello, everyone. I've finished chapter 10. And things are okay. Things are safe. This is the first book on my category journey where I've had to just assure you guys that things are safe in the moment. So that's a new thing. We did get to meet Derek's parents. I think we've gotten a little snippets of them in the first 2 books, but wasn't to this degree. His parents are adorable, and the family is adopting Allison, whether she likes it or not, which she does kind of like it, but she's not quite sure what to think about it. But anyway, it's super fun. I loved it when the outside characters are just like gently forcing things. It's always so adorable and super cute. They're at Derek's right now, but they're gonna head to a mountain cabin here soon, try and get away from the bad guys. We'll see how that goes. I know in Blaze's story, the mountain cabin, there was an incident there, so that's you're gonna have to read Protecting His Witness to get that one. I think it's the same mountain cabin they're talking about. I don't know. I might message Julie and confirm that, but we'll see. All right, I will check in after chapter 12 or so. Hello, everyone. I've finished chapter 13. Yes, 13. Got it a little mixed up on the last segment. That's all right. We've uncovered some clues here. Allison's working together. She's cooperating as much as she can, trying to help as much as she can. Trigger warning for this book, probably. There is a human trafficking element involved with the criminals here, so if that's something that understandably some people can't handle, then just that's what trigger warnings are for. So heads up on that. So they're starting to get an idea of what these criminals are actually after, and that scared the pants off Allison even more. Derek as well, also understandably. So things are getting pretty serious, and at the end of chapter 13, there's more at stake now. Just another tick there of things to be stressed out about, but that's all right. It's all right. I trust Julie's going to get us through this safely and with everyone intact, I hope. So I will just have to continue on and be strong. And I am loving this book. Incredibly hard to stop and talk about things and tweet. So I'm going to get back to it, and I will see you in a moment. Hello, everyone. I finished chapter 17. I don't know if they're ever going to make it to the cabin. Things keep happening. They keep having to do more investigating and things like that. That's about really all I can say because of the whole mystery element involved in this one. So I don't want to spoil it. There has been a little progression on the relationship. That's lovely. Very lovely there. So I guess just a quick check-in there, and I will let you know how things go. I'm not sure how I'm going to wrap this one up because I can't give away the mystery and the whodunit and things like that, but we'll just have to see how it goes, and I'll just do my best. Good afternoon, everyone. I finished chapter 20. Things were going quite well for quite a while. I should have known better because I should have known better. That's what it is. I have an e-copy of the book, but if it could be in the freezer, it would be. It is a good thing that I was in the middle of making pancakes when chapter 20 ended. I could not be held responsible for myself and the actions thereafter had I not had pancakes there to mitigate the outcome. That's about all I can get out right now without just screaming. I know the book is in the metaphorical freezer, and it should probably stay there for a while, but I need to figure out what happens in chapter 21. So I will check in after that or sometime soon after. Good morning, everyone. I finished chapter 24. I know I've skipped probably quite a few chapters before checking in, but there's not much I can tell you at this point in the book, especially a mystery-focused book. So I'll just say that the wheels of justice are turning, but a little slower than I would like. That's really about all I can say. Julie always does this. Always does this. So I will check in probably at the end, so I will see you then. Good morning, everyone. I have finished Kentucky Crime Ring by Julie Ann Lindsay. This book was incredibly stressful. It had so many heightened emotional moments in it. Not just good kind, some very scary kind too, but it was an amazing read, just like every Julie Ann Lindsay book is. Make sure to check out Julie Ann Lindsay. She is an incredible author. She's an incredible person. She's so kind and just amazing. She pops into our live shows, which as of posting this will be one today. Check out any of the live streams that are on Nicole Who Picked This Book's channel. I'll link her down below. We came through the other side on this one, but it was rough. Let me tell you, even in comparison to the first two books in this series, I think we have reason to be excited because I think Cruz, Derek's partner, might get a book in this series. We'll have to see. But just wow, what a ride. There were some moments where I was genuinely upset at some things that happened in here. We came through, we made it, we're safe, we're happy, we're ready to tackle another Julianne Lindsay book. I think I'll go back to the Bonnie and Clyde mysteries, though, because those are much more fun. I also need to check out her Kitty Couture series. My friend Jen, who's also in the book club, always talks about the Kitty Couture series that Julie wrote. So I will maybe go dive into those. But until then, I would like to give a big thank you to Julianne Lindsay for writing such an incredible book and being such an incredible person. Thank you to Harlequin Books for continuing to publish Julianne's more scary stories. And thank you to all of you who tune in and follow along on my category journey. Remember, it's your journey as well. And I will see you in the next one, though I'm going to take a hiatus for November because it's NaNoWriMo month, so I will continue in December when that is over. So until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.